Social media is a great tool, especially LinkedIn, for making connections, networking, joining like-minded communities, and of course, finding clients. But like any tool, it only works when you know how to use it. The top 3 questions we get from coaches about how to use LinkedIn are: what should I post about? How do I connect with more clients? And how do I convert these connections into clients? i.e., how do I get them to say yes to working with me? In this video, I'm going to answer these 3 questions and talk about how, as a coach, you can use LinkedIn to attract the clients who are the perfect fit. I'm Simon Batchelor, and this is Better, Bolder, Braver. Before we start, let's just be clear that you don't need to create endless content and you don't need to rely on ads to get this working. Our process is all about starting meaningful conversations with your LinkedIn connections and finding clients organically. So let's get back to the question: how do I convert connections into clients? Well, this answer determines the goal of your activity on LinkedIn. So let's clear up a misconception. You don't actually need conversions. Now that might seem strange, especially if you've already done some marketing, read lots of blogs and watched lots of videos all about it. A lot of the marketing material out there is all focused on conversions because for a lot of businesses, that's what they need. However, you're not that kind of business. Conversions are a very appropriate goal for e-commerce or lead generation businesses. Coaching, however, is different. The service you offer is a considered purchase. People don't just buy coaching on impulse. They take time to consider it before they commit. So the focus of your posts on LinkedIn isn't conversion. When you post on LinkedIn, you're engaging with potential clients who are on a journey. It's a process of consideration. As they increase their understanding of their situation and become more aware of how coaching can help, they'll get closer to committing to doing the work. Your posts are better focused on supporting them in this process of that journey. Your best marketing is you acting as the guide, helping potential clients to first examine their situation from a different angle or perspective and then consider what the solution might look like and feel like to them. Which leads us on to the next question. What should you post about? Post about where your ideal client is right now. What are they thinking, feeling, doing, and how might they consider the situation they're in a different way? Invite them to reframe or change their perspective, get them thinking about their situations, feelings or frustrations. Then signpost them to where they can learn more. In other words, it's not all about you. The mistake a lot of people make when they're on LinkedIn is they just post about themselves. Look at what I'm doing, check out how wonderful I am, look at all this brilliant work I've done. Now as a coach, your potential clients aren't interested in that. Yes, people like to see behind the curtain every now and then, and we all love a good peek inside someone else's office. It's where the magic happens after all. But what people really want is something they can relate to. They want to see themselves in what you're posting. So this leads us to a number of great post ideas. What do you know about a problem, feeling, experience they might be having right now, and what clarity can you help them find? What have you seen and experienced from working with people in similar situations, and what outcomes, insights or feelings have you helped those people get to? What can you share from others on LinkedIn or from other sources that would be of interest to potential clients on that journey of consideration? What relevant books or articles have you read, and how do you think these might be of benefit to your audience? So this brings us to the last question. How can I connect with more clients on LinkedIn? Good news. When you start to post the kind of content that appeals to your ideal clients, people will react to it, they'll like it, they'll share it. And this means that LinkedIn and the magic algorithms behind the scenes will do their thing and get your content in front of more people. What's more, when you have content that isn't trying to convert or sell, then it's easier to send it to people who you want to connect with. This means you don't have to worry about coming across as too salesy or pushy because you're just sharing a sort of, hey, I thought you might be interested in this, or here's an interesting article that I found on LinkedIn. So as you connect with more people and your network grows, they'll do the same because you're not saying, buy my stuff, you're providing genuinely interesting and thought-provoking content. So if you get the content right, your connections will grow organically. The simple way to think about posting on LinkedIn is to rotate your posts around your who, your what, and your why. Who do you work with? What is it about these people that energizes you and connects you to them? What do you do to support these people with your coaching work? What things do you work with your clients on, and what are the outcomes, feelings or insights that you guide people to? And why do people trust you to guide them? What is it about your method, experience or story that makes you trustworthy and reliable? Don't try and cover all of this in one post. In fact, do the opposite. Pick one thing and write a short post, or record a short video answering the question and start sharing it. Now, I can sense some of you thinking, this is all very well and good, but how does that convert people into clients? In short, it doesn't, and it's not meant to. Conversions aren't the goal here, remember. Conversations are. LinkedIn is not a marketplace where people are browsing for products and services. It's a place where people go to connect and learn about what others in their network are doing. It's like a massive online conference. And yes, some of those connections can and will end up becoming clients, but not because you went heavy on the conversion tactics. The aim of posting on LinkedIn is to encourage comments, messages and questions that tell you that what you said got people thinking, the message has landed. Then you can keep talking, keep that conversation going and see if this person might be the right fit for your coaching. So shift your thinking from making conversions to starting conversations. Not only is this a sensible marketing strategy for your coaching, but it makes it easier to create content because you're not trying to write sales copy or to convince or persuade. You're just trying to share an interesting idea or pose a relevant question. Then let the sharing and the algorithm do their thing and see your network and your connections grow. Some people you engage with will be the right fit for your coaching and some won't, and that's okay. What's important is that your content got them thinking in a different way and inspired them to take the first step. So if this video has got you thinking, then why not leave a comment below and tell me how? You can also connect with me on LinkedIn to see more of what I post. If you're a coach who's working on their marketing or perhaps wants to get more confident and focused about posting on LinkedIn, we host a community for coaches who are doing just that. Together we work on all aspects of marketing your coaching business and attracting more of the clients who are the perfect fit. So come and take a look around and see if it's for you with a free 14-day membership which you'll find on our website betterbolderbraver.com or with the link in the description. If this video's got you thinking, then hit that like button and consider subscribing for more videos just like this. See you next time.